Ready to witness something you cannot explain?
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from the bottom left hand corner of the Nevada Triangle in a city called Fresno, California. Hello everyone, my name is Jeffrey Gonzalez. I am your host for the show. I'm also the founder of a group called the Sanger Paranormal Society. I've been investigating the paranormal going over 14 years now, so I'm just not up here talking about it. I'm actually living it. I have a team. One of those members is sitting here to the right-hand side of me, Mr. Allen Thomas.
Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a great Memorial Day weekend.
Thank you for showing up wherever you may be around the world. We are broadcasting live HD quality video and audio on livestream.com. If you want to go there, if you're catching this on a rebound, or if you're barely finding out about us, you can go to paranormalcentral.net. Paranormalcentral.net. There is a link there to take you over to our live stream network where you can watch us every Sunday at 6 o'clock p.m. West Coast time. And check us out. One night a week, 2 hours long, and it might be changing. Got things coming up here that we'll probably have to talk about later on. Good things. But right now, we are going ahead and get started with our show. Tonight, we are full packed. We have so much that's going on. We just got back 6 hours ago from our Memorial Day yearly Bigfoot Sasquatch trip. We left on Friday, came back today at noon. And I took some video, and, you know, we get a lot of texts and emails about, hey, we want to see you guys up there. We want to know what you guys are doing, see the surroundings, the locations. We want to experience it with you. So I put together a camera, HD quality, night vision also, and I shot about 40 minutes worth of stuff for you guys, okay? So we're going to show you that tonight. So tonight, what do we have? We have, first off, we have Donald Marshall. We're going to have him on for about 20-25 minutes. We're just going to update to see if there's anything going on his side. There's some stuff going on in Hollywood that we want to talk about, and hopefully he can answer some of the questions that I have. And I received a couple of emails on the contact form on questions to ask him. So I'm going to ask those to see if he can answer them as well. After Donald Marshall, you know, Danny Valderrama, for all those who don't know, he used to do our Bigfoot report, and he's still part of the team. He was not able to go with us today because last weekend was his father's-in-law funeral. He passed away, and I think this weekend was his actual birthday, so he didn't feel right going, which I don't blame him. But in the process of all of the activities around his funeral, I guess Danny pretty much, he was the one who put it all together. There was a lot of weird things that happened during the process of organizing the reception and the funeral and all that. And he told me those, and I felt that definitely supernatural paranormal stuff. So he wants to tell us what him and his family encountered in the whole process. So I think this is going to be neat. So we're going to have him after Donald Marshall. Then, after Danny Valderrama, we pre-recorded a interview with the two abductees from 10-1102, the abduction of Adolf and Ken at Courtright Reservoir. The video is 35 minutes long. I'm going to play you that video that will psych you up for the screening debut documentary film of the 10/11/02 that we're going to debut here in Fresno, California on July the 14th? 15th, July 15th, which is a Friday. We are going to be the Masters of Ceremony there. We're going to it's going to be awesome night. It's going to be held at the Crest Theater. You can go to eventbrite.com, I believe, to purchase tickets. They're $10 a piece. Go to the Facebook. They actually have a Facebook page on it. Just search 10-11-02, which is the date the event actually occurred in Courtright Reservoir, east of Fresno, California. Then after that 35-minute interview with them here in the studio, which will knock your socks off, we're going to play you our little trip of tits and bits of us up in the mountains. Really cool stuff. If you guys want to see us in action and what we encountered and what we didn't encounter and what we do while we're up there, then you'll get a kick out of it. So we're going to show you that. So it's going to be nonstop. So you're really not going to, we're really pooped right now. So this is going to give us an opportunity just to relax and watch the videos with you all. And we're going to have, I get, Donald Marshall is going to be calling in here in about 8 minutes from Nova Scotia. And we're going to, get him on the line and talk to him for about, like I said, 20-25 minutes. Not very long. We just want to get some updates if he has anything to update us on. And then we'll continue on with Danny and then go for it. So, so we just got back, a little while ago from the mountains. Alan and Chris got there. A new friend of ours who is on chat probably right now, and he goes by Lone Wolf. He's on there right now. If not, he's asleep because he can't get up. Probably pooped, but I'm pretty sure he's on there.
Yeah, he's in.
Okay. And they got there Friday night. Actually, they left like at 12 noonish and probably got up there to the spot at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm thinking.
3 or 3:30, somewhere in there.
And I didn't get there until 11 o'clock with Rob. I had a wedding to go to that on a Friday afternoon. Yeah, go figure. So I didn't leave here from the house until about 9:30. So I didn't get there until about 11. Actually, I didn't leave until about 9 o'clock, actually. So it's a 2-hour drive. So they experienced some stuff before we arrived. We all heard some stuff. We'll tell you about what we heard. So it's on this video camera here, guys. Oops. All right. This is how I videotaped everything. And we're going to put that up on the big screen in back of us when it's time, so you'll be able to hear and see everything. Yesterday night around 5 o'clock afternoon, I guess, we had thunderstorms in the mountains, and it was so awesome. It rained, and the lightning and thunder, especially the thunder, it was incredible. You're going to be able to hear it. If you're listening to us right now on a computer, which obviously you are, but a lot of us listen to us on TV via Hulu or whatever they have the availability on live stream. But get some earphones because you have to hear this thunder. You have to hear this thunder. So go get your earphones, good earphones. If you have them, plug them into your computer because you're gonna trip out on the thunder. I mean, it was so loud and just it was awesome. So all right, we got another 6 minutes left before Donald calls in. See what happened in the past week. I don't have any notes. I didn't have any pictures up. Heidi, I don't know what happened to Heidi. Hope she's okay. She didn't send me anything via email, which is fine because we have a lot on our plate already as it is, and we won't be able to get to her either way because, like I said, it's going to be nonstop tonight. And this is just what you guys want, nonstop. You guys would rather see us show and talk about and stuff and let you see stuff, and that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to let you see it. The interview with 10-11-02 to Ken and Adolf. 35 minutes. It's going to be on the screen with audio. You'll be able to check that out, because they're being abducted today as is. Friends and relatives are being abducted along with them. It's absolutely crazy. And for those who don't know what 10/11/02 is, on October the 2nd in 2002, 3 friends went camping in Courtright Reservoir, which is east of Fresno, up in the mountains, and they were abducted 2 nights in a row. And they have evidence that was left on the hood of their truck, a couple of handprints that was, I want to say, burned into the hood of the truck. I first came in contact with them a long time ago when a friend of mine at work said, hey, he had a friend who knows of 3 guys who went camping and got abducted. You need to talk to these guys. And that's how it all started. And because everybody down here where we live know of me, know what I do, know how to contact me because of my 24-hour hotline. So I was like one of the first, actually the first, to come in contact with these guys. One of the abductees' nephew was in film school at the time in San Francisco and graduated and is now doing film work someplace. And he decided to shoot. It intrigued him. He didn't believe in aliens and UFOs. It was just absolutely nonsense to him. So he decided to hear their story and decided to do a documentary on their life now, from then to now. And I have not seen the documentary. Alan has not seen it yet, because we are going to see it with everybody on the night it debuts here in Fresno, California on July the 14th. It is open to everybody. It's $10 to get in. I hope you guys show up. People are coming in from out of the city, from around the state. It is going to be very exciting. For those who want to meet us, well, I don't know why, but we're going to be there. This is your... I'm just tripping that people are anxious to meet us in person. I guess you don't think we're live or real people. But we are. So I can't wait. That's going to be a very exciting night for everybody. Hopefully we'll have media there as well. And, the documentary that was shot by Mackenzie Mathis, they actually all did a lie detector test. And they filmed it. And I believe I know what happened, but I'm going to watch and look for the very first time the outcome of that lie detector test that they took for the abduction situation that happened in Courtright. I can't wait for that. So hope everybody's having a great Memorial Day weekend. Tomorrow is a holiday for me as well, so I'm going to relax, because this past weekend, we did a lot of hiking up there. Well, not a lot of hiking, but when we go hiking to go do what we want to do, the hills are very steep, and it takes a lot out of you. I'm not a young punk anymore, and it takes a lot out of me to climb that. And I went and I gaffed a tree and placed a camera a little bit higher than the other 2 that disappeared on us. And Robert was able to videotape me gaffing it, and you'll be able to see all that, because like I said, we're just not up here talking about it. We're actually living it. We're up in the mountains in the thunderstorms, getting wet in the mud, walking in bush that come up to your thighs and your knees, getting dirty, getting bit by mosquitoes. And I'm climbing almost 20 feet and placing a camera facing downward to see if we can get these turkeys, Sasquatches, and Bigfoots. That's the whole idea of doing this, man. We went to the spot. We heard some stuff. Faintly, very far away. When the time comes, we're going to let Ellen talk about what he and Chris heard, and we'll go from there. So All right, so we should be getting Donald Marshall here any time. Let me go ahead and lower the screen. And Donald Marshall is going to Skype in with video and audio, and we will put that up on the screen so you can see and hear him. And as soon as he calls in, he's supposed to call in 15 minutes after the hour, which is right about now, and hopefully
got about a minute. Looks like.
Well, on my side, on my computer, it shows 15, and I am showing 15. So hopefully he'll call in right now. Okay. So, Mr. Donald Marshall, you can call in anytime you want. All right. So, I think Alan, did you go home and take a nap?
Yep.
You did, right? Yeah. I
didn't mean to. I just sat down, and next thing I know, my wife was waking me up saying, "Are you doing a show?" What time is it?
Yeah, I went and took a shower and offloaded all the stuff in the truck first, obviously, and I hate that when you get home from a trip like that. You're tired, you're exhausted, and it's hot outside here in Fresno, California. I don't know how hot it is. It's got to be in the upper 80s or lower 90s right now, and you just don't have the enthusiasm, and you're just like, okay, I got to do this, and I find it hard to sleep when I'm out there. I mean, I saw that one in 1987, and what I saw makes it hard for me to sleep when we go out there. I mean, and I know they're right around us. I mean, they're making themselves known. They're within, a football field of us, and there's more than one, and so I don't sleep. I mean, I try as best I can, but I just don't sleep. When there's something, that could be 10 feet tall and very, very powerful running around right around you, makes it difficult to sleep, at least for me. Okay. I'm just Nova Scotia, I believe it's 4-hour difference between here and there.
Really? So he's at 10 p.m.
It's
for
at
him?
10:15, yeah. So hopefully he will, not mistaken, that's what we distinguish as far as the time goes. I know it ain't 3 hours, not 3 hours difference, because it goes up higher that way. There he is.
He's north, huh?
Yeah, there he is. Donald, are you there?
Donald,
over.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Hey.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling insulted. You guys only give me a fucking 20 to half hour.
Dude, you told me you didn't have much to talk about.
I got a lot, but
okay, I don't see him on the screen. I don't.
You don't see him?
Not to insult your show, but your venue. You guys chase ghosts and shit. And
right.
ghouls and goblins and shit.
And?
You know how important it is what I'm telling people? I'm not trying to be insulting you guys, but it is worldly important. It is a major crisis. I'm trying to find my earphone plug here. And if you guys are a part of that, you guys are world heroes at the same time. Just a second, I think this is the port.
All right. While Donald Marshall is trying to get his situated here, Alan is trying to get.
Are we on now?
Well, we got audio, but Alan is trying to.
Everybody can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody can hear you.
Wonderful. I didn't think that we were live.
Oh yeah, we're live.
Great. The whole damn time?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was wonderful. Okay. I think. Well, I can hear you through the headphones now. And
okay.
You can hear me, yes?
Yeah, we can hear you fine. And
well, I can't see you yet.
Alan is trying to
I'm working on it.
Alan is trying to distinguish, get that on this side.
Okay, you'll be able to see us, but...
Oh, we don't get the camera up, dude. We forgot the camera.
No, we didn't have...
Okay.
I wonder why it's not...
Is this the beginning of the show?
Yeah, we were in 15 minutes in it, so you're not going to be able to see us, which is fine. You don't really want to see us.
No, I want to see you.
Oh, you want to see?
Yeah, like before when you made me come down on the big screen and I'm the big head.
Okay, well, darn it. All right.
Come on.
All right, hold on.
I'm
going to let Alan go ahead and talk to you while I get the camera situated. Hold on.
Okay, well, Alan, what's new?
Howdy, bro. I can see you now. And I think everybody can see you now. Yeah.
Oh, great. That picture is too big, man.
Huh? The picture's too big?
Yeah.
It's on the wall
Consider
behind
myself
me.
that handsome, and I don't like to even be seen. And people think that I'm either dead or taken over by some kind of parasitic lizard.
Man, I've been reading that some of the people think that. You know, but I could tell, like, I read your posts all the time, and I could tell that you're the same old Don.
No, you wouldn't be able to tell, dude. They,
Are they that good?
They know my mannerisms, my speech patterns, and everything, and they don't call them mimics for nothing.
Mimics? Huh.
You wouldn't... Doppelgangers, mimics. You wouldn't be able to tell, dude.
Really?
When you will be able to tell, and for everyone out there, you'll be able to tell when I start taking things back.
Oh, I see. So you'll start going back on your word or what you've been saying over the course of the years.
Right away.
Yeah.
Little bit by little bit.
Huh.
But that's when you'll know. Because I'll never take nothing back.
Right,
because I only, very carefully, have told things that I am only certain about. I don't elaborate or, like, assume, you know. Only things that have been proven to me. And they've proven things to me over and over again. Like, I won't say retarded because it's politically incorrect. Like mentally handicapped children. They would say, we can do this, Dawn. And I'd say, I don't believe you can do that. And over again throughout my life, they would say, yes, we can, look. And they would prove it to me.
So they make people born that way, right? Is that
what?
They make it, or they cause people to be born like that? Like retarded, or...
No, it's when people die.
Oh.
They come back with the chip.
Man, what happened to Prince, dude?
Or a chip in the head of a clone, and then they're stupefied with the flaws of intellect, and then they're stupefied.
Man, that sucks, man.
That's
almost too much power for somebody. You know what I mean?
Well, guess what? Those people that died, they're usually rich and politically powerful people, and you guys had all better pray for my success if you believe in any gods at all.
Right.
Which makes me feel stupid.
Well, okay. Do you believe in God?
I believe in many gods now. I would tell you about it, but then I would sound like a schizoid.
Why that?
Why that? Did you say?
Yeah. I mean, I believe in a higher power.
I did too.
At one time.
Yeah, but then I got introduced to a multitude of the higher powers.
Okay.
You don't know what's going on. I can't believe... Okay, for the viewers, I'm going to X out of some of these smaller windows. For the viewers in the crowd, can you tell them how long I have to speak to you? Because I'm not sure. Is it 20, 30 minutes?
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. The last time we spoke before this interview, I wanted you to come on, but then you told me you didn't have much to talk about, so I don't know what we would be talking about.
Dude, clarify. I have very much to talk about, but I don't want to be punished tonight when I go to sleep.
Okay. So you have a lot to talk about, but you can't talk about some of the stuff because you're afraid you're going to get busted, punished in the cloning centers, right?
Yeah, but I don't really care about that.
Okay.
Remember this for the future, you two. I'm going to be dead. You are both going to be able to sell this broadcast and your perceptions of this broadcast for a lot of money. Kind of a big deal. And it'll be even more of a big deal after I'm dead, which I assume I will be.
Man, I hope they don't kill you.
Now, you were gone for a month on Facebook. What happened? You were gone for a month on Facebook. What happened?
I'll tell you what happened. For the first 30 days, I got... Am I allowed to swear on this?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Well, it is an F word, but not the F word.
You can say whatever you want.
I hate Prince, the singer. All right, I hate him. They used to use me when I was a child to make songs for Prince when I was a kid. Okay, as retarded as that sounds, I have to say that's what happened, and many, many more people. I was a phenomenon about making songs and coming up with melodies that stuck in people's heads. And the poetry and lyrics in the songs didn't even matter at all. People just assumed that they were metaphorical and meant something in a strange way, but they didn't. Sometimes they just rhymed. I didn't like Prince. And the reason I was banned for the 30 days, I said, I don't care that Prince is dead. He was a fag. Anyway, I said the F-A-G word, you guys. I'm sorry. Not really, I'm not. I lied there. I'm not sorry. I don't really like homosexual men at all. Don't sympathize with their lifestyle. Mind you, I like lesbians. I have to say that. So it's not like I'm against homosexuality. If I was a woman, I would be a lesbian myself because the feminine form is very beautiful.
Yeah.
And I find the human, male, hairy, to be unattractive. Like, I'm glad that I am found attractive sometimes. That's all that I mean. Anyway, after the 30 days was almost up, do you know what happened then?
No.
Facebook will pay. They'll say it was an automated thing that did it. I got banned for another 3 days so that they could say it was 33 days because they love that number.
Okay, so they banned you because you said something bad about Prince?
No, because I said fag. I said I don't care about that fag.
Oh, okay. All right.
Who cares about that dead fag or something like that? I can't remember.
So somebody turned you in, or they were monitoring you?
No, they were monitoring me. They monitored me
For a while.
every day, every minute.
Yeah.
In more ways than you understand.
Oh, yeah.
I could tell you, and you probably wouldn't believe me, and half of your viewers that haven't looked into my story would think that I was some kind of a schizoid, which I'm not. I'll tell you in a minute. 30 days banned because I said F-A-G.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them it was just a cigarette.
I like lesbians. Don't get me wrong. Lesbians are very cool in my book. I've tried to turn some of them back to our team. Anyway, after the 30 days were almost up, they do not want me to do this show, by the way. They banned me for another 3 days after the 30. Do you know why? This was the most retarded thing. I can see banning me for saying the F-A-G word, a homo slur, you know. Do you know what they said? And they will pay for this and answer for this. They said, well, you can look on my Facebook wall. They said something like, it is illegal to post pictures of women or people that are under the age of 18 or something. Mind you, I couldn't post in the Facebook Messenger either. So that's a moot point. I couldn't have posted anything, much less pictures of people that are under 18, which I would only have to assume are women, because, you know, I'm not going to post pictures of naked guys. Mind you, I wouldn't post pictures of naked women either. That's not what I'm doing, right? Never mind. It was just an idiotic thing.
Right.
What are we talking about, guys?
Well, what do you want? Well, let's talk about. Okay. You know, obviously, the last time we had you on, we talked about a lot of stuff. We had you on for a long time, dude. A lot of stuff.
Hour and a half.
Yeah, hour and a half. Now, okay. Obviously, since then, Prince has died, and a lot of people want to know if you know anything about Prince. And obviously, we talked about it a little bit.
Shall I pour out a little liquor
The what?
for the homie? Shall I pour out a little liquor for the homie that did not make it?
If you want. Go ahead.
No, I'm not going to. It's better used elsewhere.
I kind of figured he's having a good time over there. Sounds like you're like night and day from last time. You told me you were gonna, and I do, and I don't want to say what I do in the beginning of every show, but I like your right now. I like the way you are right now because I feel
well,
that
I'm a little bit pissed, dude.
Yeah.
Would you like to know why?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and now do not take offense. I'm telling you, do not take offense. This is not derogatory to your show. Your show is pretty cool. I like the set. You have cool props and everything.
Uh-huh.
But it is a catastrophe that I have to fall back to this kind of a venue to expose the things that I know which should be on CNN. Which could sound like an insult to you, but
no,
it's
not at all.
It is not.
No.
Your set looks very cool, especially the big Sasquatch in the background. It's very cool. And you even got a gray alien sitting back there somewhere.
Yeah.
But you guys, I am not going to survive.
I've wondered
Yeah, you're
about
looking
that.
at a dead man. I figured I was going to be dead already.
I've been wondering about that for a year.
Care.
Mm-hmm.
What were you saying?
I said I've been wondering about that for a year because you kind of been warning us, on Facebook, like, and then you would disappear. Everybody's like, oh man,
why I'm not dead already. I can explain. I've already written it out on Facebook. I've written out everything, and it is all free, by the way, everyone.
Yep.
And I am never selling a book, and I am never selling tickets to a lecture or something like everyone else does.
Right.
That should be an inclination that something is different.
I agree. It's the same thing here, dude. We don't sell. Well, people want us to sell, cups and shirts and and write books and all that. But I have not made a cent to this day by selling stuff for this show. Just to let you know, not a single. Okay, we've accepted donations for those who can. We appreciate those people who have donated, but we're not talking thousands and thousands of dollars. We're only talking hundreds of dollars. All right? So,
well, then I guess you're a crusader for justice and truth.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. And that separates us from the people who are out there selling stuff to make money. That's not us here. And
yes.
I just want to make sure you understand that. And eventually we are going to start selling stuff because I'm paying out of my pocket, for internet, for live stream, for all this. It's coming out of my pocket. I'm not charging people for shit.
People that do that get rewarded in the future for their sacrifices.
Well, I'm hoping that things are going to get better for us and we're going to get bigger, and that's the way it's looking right now. So,
mind you, think of my situation.
Well, yeah,
dead men enjoy no rewards.
Dead man walking, huh?
Exactly. I said that at cloning a bunch of times. Like from Green Mile, I kept on saying it. Dead man walking, dead man here, dead man here.
Yeah.
And then they told me to shut up or I'd get smashed. Mind you, they do not want me to do this interview. I don't know what the hell I say.
That's interesting.
There is something that I say that they do not.
What is what have you heard from whom have told you?
I can tell you, but it will sound absurd. Would you like to hear?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
I'd love to hear it.
That's what everybody's asking right now.
You've seen the movie Groundhog Day with Bill Murray, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We have. You wouldn't know because you don't have chips, or as far as I know. We have redone these past 3 days, second time through now. You can believe me or not, I don't care. But
I think it's cool. We went squatching for 3 days, 3 times. I love it.
No, the past 3 days, it involves the CERN Hadron Collider.
Uh-huh.
When they slam protons, I don't know if I told you this the last time, they can do an effect. They call it the Groundhog Day effect, just like the movie. And if things don't go their way, they can go back to the last slam, whether they did it yesterday or 3 days ago or last week. And then they can correct things. But you do not remember unless you have a chip in your brain. A certain kind of chip, which I have, and many of the other ones do have, and they're multi-use chips. They do multiple things. They transfer consciousness and everything. Now, you people, normal civilians, would feel a strong deja vu. If they do it a third time, you remember everything. You could even remember lottery numbers.
Whoa, that was cool.
But we are only in the second time through, and I'm very certain that we have already done this. And I don't know what I said to piss them off, and I don't want to go to sleep tonight and get my skin cut off.
So let's talk about, and I, like I said, we just got home a little while ago. I wasn't able to put down in words, but the guy from Harry Potter just came out, about 3 or 4 days ago about Hollywood and children and molestation, pedophile,
No, you got the wrong guy. The guy from Harry Potter is a different guy.
Oh.
This is the guy Elijah Wood
Elijah
from the
Wood.
Lord of the Rings.
Thank you. My bad. You're right.
The guy from Harry Potter is a different guy that looks very similar.
You got it. My bad. Yes. Okay. So the guy from Lord of the Rings. So can you? What can you tell me about the Hollywood elite? They're obviously connected with the Brill, right? I mean,
Yes.
obviously.
Yes. And
Okay.
silence through fear. I feel I should talk quickly because you only gave me half hour. Okay, listen. Elijah Wood didn't mind being used when he was a kid for benefit.
Money, right? Fame.
That's what most of them do.
Yeah.
If they ever try to talk,
Which he's doing now. I mean, don't you think
he took it back. He took it back and said
What?
that he didn't even mean it. He said he was elaborating on someone else's article and they took it out of context.
really? I missed that.
Yeah,
I
but that
missed
was
that.
just a lie because
Somebody told them
they
to not.
bounced time. And they said, take it back or we're going to kill you. That's what they do. That's why no one can talk. Because they bounce time. That's the biggest fail-safe, you guys. Oh my God. I'm trying to save the world here, you guys. They have time bounce tech like the Groundhog Day effect with Bill Murray. They can do it a day or a week whenever they made the past slam. Now, if someone comes out tomorrow, say Pink the singer, and Elijah Wood knows all about me, all about cloning. I've met him and talked to him there. Same with Pink the singer. I'm just using her as an example. If she comes out tomorrow on national, international live television and says, there's a cloning center and they're killing people, they use us as slaves and we can't say anything, do you know what they do? We will again go back to 3 days ago to the last proton slam of CERN Hadron Collider. I don't know how the science works. I'm not a physicist. They will go back to 3 days ago, and guess what happens to Pink? Pink gets shot
Silenced.
3 days
Yeah.
ago. Yeah. Alright. Pink gets shot.
Somebody trying to sleep back there?
Yeah, that's my roommate.
Yeah.
He doesn't know I'm on the radio. You guys are making me a little excited. I'm kind of frantic because look at the lengths that I have to go to.
No, I understand.
And again, not an insult.
Right.
But it should be CNN.
Well, they control that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They control all that. I mean, I've
Yes,
read
they
your
do.
stuff. and-
Anderson Cooper is that cloning, yes.
Yeah, they control it. I mean, I learned a lot of stuff from your website. In fact, there's some questions in here they were telling you, they were asking the Mandela effect. What do you know about the Mandela
That
effect?
has to do with the the time bounce thing.
Oh.
They change things for sometimes just for a joke.
Let me guess. That's from Elizabeth.
No, actually a bunch of people were asking.
Really? Because Elizabeth is very much... people are... for those who don't know what the Mandela effect is that... I don't know how I can explain this, but you know of something, and then you go back to do research on it, and it's totally wrong what you know, and it's been changed. It's different.
In a slight way.
Yes, from what you remember it to be 5 years, 10 years, 15 years ago. It's like, wait a minute, I thought that actor was dead, but he's alive, or vice versa. Or a print in the Bible, or a print in a manuscript that you read is changed slightly to where the effect or the meaning has now been totally changed for a different way.
They do that for a joke.
Really? Wow.
Because no one can do anything about it.
Right.
Think about it. What has anybody done about it?
You can't. I mean, if you come out and say what we're saying right now on frickin' NBC or CNN, they're going to laugh you out the door.
Yeah.
And call you crazy.
Absolutely. But people
can you do
people are catching it now, and they're reporting it on social media, where other people will go back and do research to say, hey, you're absolutely right. It has changed. I remember that actor was dead, but now he's alive. Or
they can't change it very much, though, or it'll cause something called paradox that will change other things. So they only change it in a minute way. The spelling of a movie, other things. They just do it for a joke to flaunt their power.
See, we tell people that they tell us in advance with television and radio shows and movies. I mean, they tell us what they're doing, and everybody thinks it's entertainment, but really it's real, huh?
Oh, you don't say.
But only
I don't believe you. I don't
No?
think that's true. No, you're wrong. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, well, that is true. Yes, I'm being sarcastic.
Okay.
You had me scared there. Damn it.
Yeah, I was...
You know what? I'll open up another beer, dude. You need another beer.
I'm not through this one.
Oh, okay.
I lost my smokes, though. It's not good.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to have to do without for now.
Okay.
Anyway, we only have a half an hour. Let me recap what we did in the past.
Okay.
They have a cloning situation. It is not cloning from a baby. That is replication cloning. They have this thing called duplication cloning. They can make a duplicate of you. Now, somehow, through neurology, they can make you be activated into your dreams. It's in songs all over the place. Sometimes I put hints in songs. This is so terrible. I feel like I have to recap everything.
No, not really. If anybody wants to go back and watch the show that we did previous, they can. But
but there's new people.
I know.
People can. The Illuminati can entrap your consciousness in a way. It's like a soul cage. It's a terrible thing. They can activate you into a duplicate clone of yourself while you are in total REM sleep. And then have the option of having you remember that or not. And they can interrogate you for anything that you know, passwords, anything. It's crazy. And they can terrorize you, torture you, which they've done to me and others. Most people kill themselves. I didn't.
Why?
You better. Why
do you think they got rid of Prince?
Oh, I don't know. Well, there was a rumor saying he was trying to get ownership of his copyright or something.
Right, which he succeeded, and that made that took away the money toward the record companies to him, and that right there is a big no-no.
He's not getting any money now.
No. You go against the man. You go against them. You're going down. Absolutely, money is everything to them. That's how they control.
Unless you're me.
I
am the only exception.
Do you know why?
Actually, so far, you really are. Everybody else that talks about this gets shut up. Yeah.
Phil Schneider.
Yeah, they shut him up.
Did you ever hear of Phil Schneider?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they found him with a piano wire.
He tried to do what I'm doing, but he didn't know the entirety. Do you know why they have allowed me to live?
I have no idea.
Let me tell you. Because I made an absurd amount of songs. Top 10 songs. Since the 80s, since I was a child. It's the only reason they've allowed me to survive. As retarded as that sounds, I'm sorry. But it's true.
If there was one thing that you haven't told everyone that you thought was one of the most important things that people to know right now, what would it be?
It's 3 things. In a nutshell. People are being consciousness transferred into clones and getting messed up and killed remotely. Remote murder, it's easy. Untraceable. 2, they use alien body snatchers, foreign and domestic. There's a biological body snatching method, and then there's a technological body snatching method, just like Selfless, where people avoid death using microchips in the head and live again. They would use clones, but it's not as good as a real person. 3, well, that is the third part. The biological body snatching and then the technological body snatching. Those are the next 2 things. It's the most important things that I have to tell everyone about. And there's aliens. There's multiple kinds of aliens. And they are all ugly. Humans are the best looking aliens. In case anybody's wondering.
They must be jealous of us, huh?
They are jealous of us. That's why they want to be us. Most kinds are like some of these freaks online say. Lizards, reptilian, they are a reptilian type. But there's lots of different kinds of reptilian types. And some of them don't even like each other.
Right. They war against their own self.
Well, only so much.
Cool.
I've seen them. They come and have spoken to me a lot. You know, your Anunnakis and your Zeta Reticulums. Oh, they're real. They put themselves in movies, portray themselves in movies to get an idea of what people think about what they look like. And they are not pleased. When they get called ugly, disgusting, they hate us even more. I've talked to so many different kinds. There's a collaboration of aliens, and religious people will hate me for saying this, but they call themselves the Covenant, which sounds like it has religious connotations. I don't know. I don't care. They call themselves the Covenant. It's a collaboration of 8 different kinds of alien races. I thought there was only some from underground, but there are some from space as well. I only tell people things that I know for absolute certain.
Right.
I found this stuff out for certain.
Is there anything like lately that we should be worried about? Are they have a plan that we should be worried about or preparing for or anything?
They don't tell me much now because they know I'll only relate it.
Oh.
But what I have found out, well, it's funny. It's 50-50. They're either going to try to promote me because they love enacting prophecy stuff. multiple prophecies, Hopi, Nostradamus, and Revelations and everything. They try to put it in a big smorgasbord. They either want to promote me as the good guy in all of this, or they want to promote me as the Antichrist.
Interesting.
And I am not the Antichrist. You will see in the end, I'm just not. They scared the hell out of me saying that they would try to do that. But they were threatening me with that if I don't go along with them, say what they want me to say. They will say that and try to use something called the highlight reel to denounce me and make me look bad. They have this thing called the highlight reel where I am at cloning under drugs and mind control, doing very questionable things. And the casual observer will take these things at face value right away. But I have no memory of these things.
Alright.
So, anyway, is our half hour up, Sasquatch hunters?
I'm giving you more time because you're spilling your guts, buddy, and that's what I want. I want you to spill your guts. And you told me that beforehand that you were gonna, like I do, take a couple of drinks before, loosen up, and you are loosening up, and everybody is loving it because you are spilling your guts, buddy, and that's what I want you to do.
Do we have a lot of live viewers and people in the chat room?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, for some reason mine's not saying how many, but they were saying there's like, I don't know, 300 or something.
That's a lot.
I wish I could find my cigarettes. I'm very stressed talking about this stuff.
Well, go ahead and look for them, man, because if that's going to help you calm down and talk some more, then go for it.
I've already looked. They're not anywhere close.
Not anywhere close? Okay.
No,
right.
I'm going to have to spend some time looking for them. I can do without for now.
Okay. All right.
Anyway.
Well,
they say there's 278 in the chat.
Just in chat.
That's just in chat, though.
Yeah, there's a lot.
278 people.
Yeah.
Just in chat, not viewing this, but you have to sign up to get into chat. That's totally different than viewers.
Still not enough.
Well, no, that's a lot, dude. A lot of people, 278, who are talking among each other. That is a lot compared to a lot of other sites, dude. Trust me.
Probably just my cult followers.
It could be.
There's some in there.
Trust me, they're there.
There's some in there.
Do you know what some people have said about me, you guys?
What?
Oh my God.
What do they say?
That I'm a cult leader, like Charles Manson. Facebook Manson.
I never thought about that, dude.
They've said that I am the Antichrist. Some religious fanatics, zealots.
Yeah, I can't.
They have
see
said that.
I can't see that.
I can't see that either because I do good stuff. I'm like inherently good.
Right.
Also, what they've said that I'm lying for financial gain when I don't get anything.
Right. So that's out.
Man, we know that feeling.
People have called me such names that I've never been called in my life.
Yeah, what people don't understand and don't do research is that there are rock stars coming out and talking about cloning centers now, dude.
They consider that satire when they see it.
Oh, bullshit.
They don't even listen to it. They go, oh, well, that's very interesting. Like.
Right.
And they put a like on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very interesting.
No.
Good Sunday read.
Right.
They don't care.
Oh, see, that right there is telling me, if it wasn't for those rock stars out there who are multimillionaires, who are, hit after hit selling out arenas, and they're coming out and saying, I'm cloned. I've seen cloning centers, even rappers, and now Nicki Minaj and that other dude. I was expecting them to go 6 feet under because
Nicki
of saying
Minaj,
that.
Erased it because she probably was scared of going 6 feet under.
Right.
But there's multiple others that have said it, but then also erased it.
Right. Now, for all those,
even Elijah Wood went back on what he said because he probably went to sleep, woke up at cloning, and they said, "Take it back," and he did.
Wow.
That happens all the time. Like even Tila Tequila, even though she's a drug-addled porn whore. Am I allowed to say that?
You did.
She went on YouTube, put out a YouTube video, the cloning centers. She did it by surprise. Like she was supposed to talk about the black nobility. And she went on and started talking about cloning centers and what happens there. And then she got threatened that night when she went to sleep. I was there. She got threatened by an alien. She got screamed in the face. This far away from her face. It screamed in her face. Her hair was flying back and everything, just like a movie. I was in the stands. It was refreshing to have someone else in the dirt.
Oh, man.
With an alien. And I was in the stands for once. It screamed in her face, hair flying back. After that, well, she was very brave, though. She just stood there. I mean, she blinked, though, because there was some spit going in her face and stuff. From what they call a real type 3. Phil Schneider used to call them long neck grays.
Yeah. The ones
This was
that
an
ripped
old
him
one, though.
open. Right?
This one's neck was not that long. And it was very ugly. And it screeched high pitch in her face. After that, she didn't say much of anything.
Wow.
And she left my friends list. She never really spoke to me again.
Yeah, I noticed you two don't get along now at all.
Well,
She says stuff about you, and you say stuff about her.
I think
funny thing is, she's the only one, even though she's a D-list celebrity or Z-list celebrity, really.
Right.
She's the only celebrity that has ever talked in a derogatory fashion about me. None of the others are supposedly allowed. And can I tell you a little secret?
Absolutely.
Her child is supposed to be made from my genes. Clone sperm. Clone sperm still works. Like, I never banged Tila. I would never. I'd be afraid of getting some kind of rot. Like, honestly, what? That's not realistic? Yeah, really, yeah.
I agree with you, man. Believe it's funny, but I agree with you.
Still works. Clone eggs from women do not work.
Well,
So you can use clone people as stud horses, and she used me for this, and that child is supposed to be a spawn of me.
Hey, we got a call coming in. Let's see if it's a real call. Hello, you're on the air. Who's this?
Oh, hey, this is Jordan.
Jordan, you have a question for Donald?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I actually have a major question about the paranormal.
Oh, is it concerning Donald though?
I don't know.
No. Okay. You know we're talking with somebody right now. Call back in later. Okay.
How long?
An hour and a half.
Okay.
All right. Thanks. Okay. Bye.
It's too bad you couldn't give these people like a cyber slap in the face. You know, okay.
Sometimes, man.
Paranormal.
It feels
I know
like
a hell of a lot about paranormal. And can I make your jobs easier?
Hey, I have a question, Donald. Were you able to hear him right now when he was on the air?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was very annoying, actually. I don't like to answer questions. I did it for 2 years.
Did you? Okay.
I don't want to anymore.
Okay, right on. All right.
Guys.
Yeah.
You won't believe me, but guess what?
What?
There's no such thing as ghosts, ghasts, poltergeists. There is no such thing. There are undead.
Yep.
But they are recorded on microchip, and they body snatch people and live again. That is the only undead you will find in the world. If you see evidence of cupboard doors opening and shit, it's people with spider wire trying to deceive you. It's the Vladimir Putin at cloning, because I asked them since I was 12, you guys. I said, I want to know about ghosts. I want to know. And I asked them about everything, and they told me everything. I don't know why. I think just because of the songs, they just wanted to have, they wanted to talk to me. Vladimir Putin said it best. From Russia, yeah, Vladimir Putin, president of Russia. He said, don't listen. And he's a very terrible man. He is one of the worst people I've ever known in the world. One of the worst people in the world. He said, don't listen. If there was real ghost, I would have captured one by now, cage it, and be drawing power from it to power submarine. There is no ghost. I will be sucking the juice out of it for energy to power a military vehicle. There's no ghosts, you guys. It's just they keep the idea alive to keep movies going, you know?
What about Bigfoots?
I don't want to dilute my information with talk about Bigfoot. Mind you, Bigfoot is real, but it doesn't run around wild, and you guys are never going to find it.
Yeah.
Bigfoot ain't from Earth, I'll tell you. But it's not a smart alien.
Yeah.
It's a pitied alien. You'll find out in the end. You're not going to catch them, though. They get put into animal preservation zone in the woods. I told you about it the other day, a little bit.
Oh yeah, you were telling me.
Let's not get into that. There's more important things.
Okay. Well, I'm the Bigfoot guy, like my shirt, you know. I got a Bigfoot on it. I like chasing them around, even though I can't catch them. You're right.
You'll never catch them.
To me, they're ninjas.
Will never allow you to.
They're like ninjas. Now you see it, now you don't. Just like that.
Well, I would tell you, but there's much more important things, and they're not even smart things, so...
Right.
And it's trivial, really. What else did I want to tell you guys about? You're all in a whole lot of trouble.
Hey, what do you know about this coming election, presidential election?
Well, there's a prophecy that says there isn't going to be an election.
Yeah. Is that what you're referring to as we're in a lot of trouble? Or is it meaning like we're in a lot of trouble for having you on here? Like, I wonder about that sometimes.
Always been in a lot of trouble, dude. Do
Yeah.
you know how many children go missing every year?
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
Do you know the actual number, dude?
It's in the hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, I know. But what does people do about it? And it's concentrated around certain areas.
Yes, it
do you
is.
know why?
No, I don't
Well,
know.
sometimes it's retards. And
What underground bases, maybe?
That's what we think.
Underground bases and aliens.
Mm-hmm.
Did I tell you last time that aliens are extreme perverts?
I believe that. I mean, what the biggest joke there is you're going to get probed. You know, when then people start talking and joking about aliens.
Well, sometimes
they're sick.
those abductions are not even real. It's people messing with people. There's some bad stuff going on. I can't believe I don't have an angry mob by now. What is going on, you guys?
Are you in the chat where you could read? You do have an angry mob. A little bit.
No, I'm not reading right now.
Yeah. No, I mean, you know, whenever we talk about everything here, Donald, and you know, you can't make everybody happy. Mm-mm. You can't. We're gonna have people.
No,
we're gonna have people. We're gonna have people on here like you, where we get a lot of people asking for you, and because you're throwing shit out there that are just blowing people's minds, man.
Yeah,
but it's all true, and you need to hear it.
Yeah, and
we'll catch shit about it, but only, you know what? Then next week we'll have somebody else that's talking about something totally different, and a lot of people want to see him, but then there's a lot that don't, and we catch shit about it, you know.
But we can't make everybody happy.
Yeah.
In the future, you will roll your eyes and be disappointed that you even had them on your show and not me.
Sometimes we already have.
Yeah. So.
No, you guys, they're going to allow me to win. It's going to look set up, too. What happens on my Facebook wall, I tell people about certain things, and then some reputed scientist comes out and says, this is what we can do now. And it's something that I said 5 days ago.
Yeah.
They corroborate me intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
Intentionally. And it actually makes it, they've done it so many times. They've done it about 30 times in the past couple of years. And it makes it look like I am down in a nefarious plot with them. But I'm not. But I think maybe that's what they're trying to insinuate. But it's not the case.
Well, I think the best thing you ever put on your Facebook was you were describing these ugly aliens, all of them are ugly, but they
They're all
gave
ugly.
you an AR-15 or something, and I don't know why they did, but and you're like, I
To
ran
make
out
me
there
feel more secure.
and you shot the hell out of the dude, and I thought that was the greatest thing I ever heard, man. I was cheering you on in that one.
They gave me a pistol at one time too, and I did something like that too. But they got me back.
Oh, did they? Oh, man.
Oh, they punished me. Yeah.
Yeah, you were saying it was
What?
like a 400-year-old, like really high up dude.
Well,
and you
lizards
shot
live a
him
long
up,
time. Lizard types live a very long time, longer than humans, right? We're mammals. Lizards live longer than mammals.
Yeah.
There was different kinds of things that I got at different times. Mind you, I thought that I was dead.
Oh, I believe it.
So I did not care. Doom is doom. And no one has insulted Queen Elizabeth, as much as me. And
That's true.
I mean, Chris Benoit, the wrestler, insulted her a little bit, and look what happened with him, right?
Yeah, his whole family.
I've done it. I've done it 100,000 times more than him, and I'm still alive only because of all the songs. So I always thought I was dead. So I go for broke,
Yeah.
and I said, I don't feel secure here. So they'd say, here, hold this revolver. This was after a long time. Like, I never got to do this for a long time, and I would gain their trust, and then they'd get an important sentient being around me, and I'd go,
I wonder if they die.
pow,
Yeah.
right in the face, because I didn't care. I figured they were going to kill me anyway. I thought I was dead. Doom is doom, right?
Yep.
Until I found out they can cage your soul.
Oh, man.
So guess what happens if I die without being able to expose all of this? I am doomed, and I basically go to hell. Hell being manufactured, technological, live again and again and again hell through clone after clone after clone. And they can manipulate your memories too. So
So
win.
does that mean that Queen Elizabeth and maybe Vladimir Putin has been around for a very long time?
it's very possible, but I'm not certain of that. But they're scared of the things, right?
Yeah.
Like, I could show you pictures. I was going to put one up on my tablet and show you these things, but they're carved on rock walls, cartouches of them. These big bird things and these big bulbous eyes, guys, with perfectly manicured curled beards. And they are real things.
I seen those. Like one of them's even holding a big old tiger or something, like by the neck, and he's huge,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. They call those guys Elohims,
Yeah.
which is something in religion too. And those bird guys are Anunnakis. But you guys ever see the movie The Dark Crystal?
Yeah.
When they get old, they look like Skeksis. Their feathers come out, and they get all twisted and bent over. That they call it the cord, right? When they would do it together, it would drive off the lizard types. It would make them driven away from them because it hurts their heads.
That's interesting.
Mind you, they don't have 4 arms. They only have 2 arms, but they look identical. Those were really, really old ones, though. Those mystics, they lose their hair except for on the top. You know how it just covers up their eyes and stuff? They lose their hair everywhere but the top, which is kind of the opposite from humans. But when they're younger, they have fur all over them. They look like teddy bear hamsters. It's disgusting. Governments know about them and everything.
Well, Mr. Donald Marshall, you've been on for an hour, dude.
Uh-oh.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I think it's awesome, too.
Yeah, because I didn't think I was only going to have enough, to get out of you for like 20 minutes. Because that's what, you told me last time. But I'm glad that.
There's a lot to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even Ra from ancient Egypt, it's not even Ra. He pronounces it Ray.
Right.
And he looks just like that.
The blue bird-headed.
Big bird, but they're not just bird. They're reptile birds.
Hey, what can you tell me about my girlfriend, Katy Perry?
She told me years ago that she was a host. But I don't know for real. She's not very smart.
Host. That's bad, dude. You don't want a girlfriend that's a host.
Damn it!
No.
Yeah. That means
it's way worse than the movie. It's not a timeshare.
Yeah.
Why do you think they made that movie called The Host? It's to gain sympathy for hosts.
Yeah.
But it's not a timeshare. It's total takeover, and the previous person dies. It's not sane.
I'm bummed. Because all my viewers, all our our friends here know that I have a thing for Katie, but we all know
it must be a visual thing because man, there's nothing up there. To like.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You won't like her in time.
Thank Donald. Appreciate it. You just ruined my night. Appreciate it.
Well, sorry about that, but you thank me later.
No kidding. Yeah.
Okay, dude. All right. This is awesome. Like I said, I was only expecting 20, 25 minutes only because of, we spoke a lot the last time we had you on. And
well, I'm so exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, no. I mean, you're there. Like I said, you don't
actually when you could talk, you have really. I mean, you keep me on the edge of my seat, really. And I read all your stuff, man. I'm like your biggest fan on Facebook, and you don't even know it.
Cool.
But I read all of it all the time,
and I have no idea.
Great.
Yeah, and I have no idea who you are, dude. So. Just kidding.
I expect everybody to read everything.
Well, I mean, I've been reading it for
it's free.
A long time. Since you've been on Facebook, I've been reading it for a long time.
I'm going to be honest. Alan has been telling me about this dude by the name of Donald Marshall for years and years and years since we've been doing this. And I'm going, why do you keep talking about this dude? And he heard you, he did his research on you about underground bases and cloning centers, and I thought he was
Snyder
absolutely out of his effing mind.
William Cooper.
Okay, I thought he was absolutely. I was about to kick him off the show because you kept.
I would have thought that myself.
Okay,
by the way.
But then everybody started talking about you, dude. And then when I finally heard Nicki Minaj and the rappers talking about cloning centers and really.
Then finally he goes, click.
Putting them out there. Because it takes a lot to me, it takes a lot for me to get somebody on this show to talk about the stuff that you're talking about, because people we're going to get slack for it, but I don't care. Because like I said, there's people talking about you who are well known in the music industry.
Yeah.
All right? So there's got to be something there.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Well, because it sounds to me that this shit could be true.
Yeah.
It could possibly be true.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm just a crazy person.
Well, then Nicki Minaj and that other rapper dude.
Everybody, man, to figure
then
out.
They're all crazy too.
Absolutely.
Trying to jump on my crazy bandwagon. I'll go for a ride. Yeah.
Well, I've heard many of them in the old guys, the real old musicians. And they get asked, how come you're still touring and you're 82? He's like,
Absolutely.
well...
I got a contract, man.
Yeah, I got to fulfill the contract. And then they go, well, who do you work for? Well, we work for the guy that controls... Everything, yeah. And they go, you mean everything? And he said, everything you can see and everything you can't see. That's what they say.
That was Bob Dylan, right?
Bob Dylan said it.
Bob Dylan said that, dude. We played that audio on here and freaked people out.
Yeah.
And that was before my time.
That was yeah.
Actually, yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So
but only that
person that controlled things back then is not around anymore. And guess who makes the songs now? Well, not anymore. But I made an absurd amount of songs. Wait until you see.
Man, they should share
80s,
with
from
you.
the 80s, Bryan Adams and everything, right from Madonna and everything. It was crazy shit.
They should be like setting you up with money then, man. It makes me mad they just stole it from you.
I won't need it later.
But only then, like, I'll go and play a little piece of a song on YouTube, and they'll copyright hit me, right? They suck, dude. I'm telling you.
All right, Donald, dude, I'm gonna let you go, man, because I think you already blew everybody out of the water again.
Yeah.
And that was our intent, because
And this time I'm gonna have your name in big light saying Donald Marshall. Last time I screwed up and forgot to do it on YouTube, but I changed it and it turned it around.
So.
You know.
Well, you know, I want to get you on here again at a later time, and this time, you know, just like you did today, dude. I love it that you opened up, and I know why. It's because you know you had a couple of drinks in there, and
that's why.
And it shows, and you opened up, dude. And there's a lot of people out there who are appreciative of that.
Well, next time, let's bring Nicki Minaj or Tila Tequila, or both at the same time.
Well, dude, I
happen.
tried to get Tia, what's her face? I actually sent her a couple of messages, and she never responded back
What's
to me.
her face? You tried to get what's her face?
Next time, offer her a 40 of malt liquor and a 24-pack of lube rib condoms.
Oh, my God. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was Donald Marshall. Thank you very much. Send all hate mail to Donald Marshall, care of... No, just kidding.
Hey, it might do it. It might do the trick.
It might.
All right, dude, you take care of yourself, and keep in touch, all right?
Yeah.
All right, peace out, dude.
Right on, man.
Cool.
Thank
right,
you, brother.
See ya. Yeah.
That was cool. Donald Marshall's.
Okay. And, you know, he told me beforehand, I'm going to get drunk. And I thought to myself, is that a good thing or a bad thing? But
it was better.
But he opened up.
Last time he was too shy.
He was too shy,
yeah.
too conservative. He was holding back a lot of stuff. Yeah. We had to keep asking question after question after question. This time, he was just throwing it out there. Now, all you guys, I know, if this is your first time, if you don't know who this guy is, I understand. It is way out there. I understand. And we lost the signal. Oh, the signal will come back right now. There it is. And so you just need... I didn't believe in this guy. And to this day, it's still hard to comprehend. But when you have rock stars who are talking about cloning stations and they're tweeting it on Twitter accounts, then you have to step back and say, wait a minute.
Why would they even do that?
Donald Marshall was talking about this way before these rock stars, and he was naming these names of these rock stars. Then all of a sudden, these rock stars are now coming out and saying, we are at the cloning centers. This shit is actually happening now. Before, like I said, Donald Marshall was the one who was throwing it out there before. And I remember Alan was telling me about this guy when we were in a little small room in my house, and I was looking at Alan saying, dude, what are you smoking? Crack? You know, and
he said something tonight that's scary, man.
What's that?
A soul, capturing a soul. I mean, people that are Christians and everything should be worried about that. If they could capture your soul, because that's what it's all about, man. It's all about the soul.
Right.
I mean, that's what the big fight of the universe is. And if they figured out how to capture it and contain it like in a cell, or, you know, to keep it from going where you were created to go, that is scary right there, man. That was sobering.
Let's take this down a little bit and get Mr. Danny Valderrama on the air and talk about what Donald Marshall just said didn't exist. Ghost. Dun, 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 dun. And hopefully he will answer. There he is.
What do you want?
Yeah, I want your money now.
All your money.
Everything.
Yeah.
You got any money?
No.
Then what am I talking to you for?
I don't know. Bye.
See ya. So what's going on, Mr. Danny? What?
Wendy wants Bigfoot.
What?
Wendy McGee.
Wendy McGee. Oh, she wants Bigfoot? All right, we're bringing her Bigfoot in a minute.
Oh, she wants to hear about Bigfoot.
So I'll talk fast.
Well, yeah.
No, you might have something important to say,
drunk.
man.
I don't drink.
Yeah.
So, all right, Mr. Danny Valderrama. If those who don't know who this guy is, you don't want to know.
He's crazy.
He's a crazy mofo. Mr. Danny Valderrama is part of the team. He used to do the Bigfoot report at the beginning of every show. He since have left the building because of time. The guy's a busy guy, and I understandable. I still don't get it, but it's understandable. Oh my God, I had a SanDisk here all this time. Son of a gun, I didn't know that. Okay. And so, anyways, Danny was supposed to go with us this weekend, which is, yesterday, to the Bigfoot trip that we have every year. He's basically had been going every year with us. But unfortunately, last week, a couple of weeks ago, his father-in-law passed away.